Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Good evening, Descendants and Zombies universe. By the time this video is uploaded to my YouTube channel, I will be out on my graveyard shift hunting vampires once again this evening. That's why I'm donning this black shirt, because I'm the only guy crazy enough to do this gig and host a podcast about Descendants and Zombies. Somebody's got to keep you safe every night while you sleep. And since I'm the only guy crazy enough to do this gig and have nothing else better to do with my life, then there's no better way to spend out the rest of my life than by uploading videos about Descendants and Zombies and hunting vampires as part-time. Having said that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope I just made you laugh there. We're going to talk about the Worlds Collide Tour because this summer was a summer that I know I will never ever forget, and I have a greater appreciation for this past summer because I had the honor of being in your guys' presence, discussing everything about the Worlds Collide Tour, which was receiving phenomenal reviews. And I can see why. When you have a cast as talented as Freya Skye, Kylie Cantrell, Malia Baker, Joshua Colley, I can never seem to say enough good things about these stars who put smiles on all of your faces, and you put smiles on theirs because you were just as appreciative to be in their presence as they were in yours. And what a phenomenal 43 arena hits it was. Thousands of people came out of support for the Worlds Collide Tour, selling out every venue. Literally every venue was sold out this past summer. So if you're wondering if there's going to be a leg 2 of the 2026 Worlds Collide Tour, sure, there's going to be a leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour because of each and every one of you. Because one thing you have to understand and realize and come to terms with is you're the reason why the Worlds Collide Tour had all this profound success. And if there's anybody that deserves a huge thank you, it's all of you guys. And I say you deserve to be thanked because you guys really brought me back from out of obscurity. I was a radio host for many, many years, and I've been around for a very long time, and I've provided commentary on a lot of different niches, but I have never had this much support for any niche that I provided commentary on that I've had and I've seen for Descendants and Zombies. This is why I say it's been the greatest honor of my life to commentate for each and every one of you. Thank you to everybody who subscribed to my YouTube channel today. It's really nice when you see your videos having a profound impact on somebody's heart by hitting the subscribe button or hitting your like button. I noticed that a lot of my zombies videos recently found their way out into the YouTube algorithm, and I'm very thankful for YouTube for pushing the videos, but the YouTube algorithm is pretty much all of you guys, so I can't go on without thanking you for all the love and support you've shown my YouTube videos throughout this evening. It's really remarkable how much of an incredible reach this YouTube channel continues to have. Maybe it's because I've always wanted to dance on stage with a bunch of zombies. I have to tell each and every one of you, I've been very intrigued by these dance numbers I've seen with thousands of zombies on stage. It looks really fun. And I would also like to have the opportunity to crowd surf. I don't know if any of you guys would catch me, but because you're so loyal to the products, I would imagine that you would. And because I trust you, I would love to partake in the activity of crowd surfing, because mainly I've never had before, and it looks really cool. I know that Kylie Cantrell expressed her desire to want to crowd surf, so perhaps myself and Kylie could crowd surf together after we perform one of those Descendants duets on stage for all of you. I have to say, the duets for the Worlds Collide Tour were absolutely fabulous. The duets with Malachi Barton and Freya Skye singing duets like Someday and Rewrite the Stars were fabulously done. And I remember when they did one of the duets, Malachi Barton threw his arm around Freya Skye and told everybody in attendance, for whatever venue they were a part of that night, that she was going to be something special. And I also concurred with that because I really do believe that she's going to be something special. Give this girl about 5 years and she's going to be the next Taylor Swift in the making. What we are witnessing with Freya Skye, regardless how people may or may not feel about her, is history in the making. And I am incredibly honored to provide you commentary on someone like Freya Skye because I really do believe that she's going to be someone special. We hear this talk about Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande all the time, and I think that I really feel as if they've become very overrated, and they overshadow the success of people like Freya Skye and Kylie Cantrell way too much. So having said that, I really do believe that Freya Skye and Kylie Cantrell are our next pop stars in the making. I just wish more people would take more of a chance on them. Kind of like how all you guys showed up with an outpouring of love and support for Kylie Cantrell and Freya Skye, which I give you a profound amount of credit and thanks for. Because without your love and support for people like Kylie Cantrell and Freya Skye, I really don't know where these cast stars of Descendants and Zombies would be. I really do believe, this is why I say you guys are the greatest fans in the world. Because the outpouring of love and support that you show for these stars is truly remarkable, and it's unlike anything that I've ever experienced in my lifetime. And take it from a guy who's been on YouTube for a very long time and experienced everything there is to have experienced throughout the course of a lifetime. I've never seen such a profound impact that a franchise has had on so many millions of hearts. It's really captivated a global audience and become a global phenomenon seemingly overnight. Through the merch sales, through how powerful the movie scripts were, the music, everything just brought Descendants to life. This was a franchise that I really do believe started as a whisper and became a global phenomenon overnight. You took something that was so insignificant at one point or another and made it so miraculous, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that, because this was a franchise Disney was really waiting on to make waves and to generate a lot of attention, and it most certainly did. And I really do believe that while critics will suggest that this story is reaching its dramatic conclusion, I love how they include the word dramatic, because it's far from a dramatic conclusion ever happening for Descendants of Zombies, because I really do believe that there are far more chapters yet to be written and so much more of a story to be told, especially with how many supernatural creatures we could see have their introduction into the Zombies franchise, and how many fairy tale characters we have yet to see be a part of the Descendants franchise and distant worlds yet to be discovered, like Agrabah, Halloween Town, Atlantica, the list goes on. What about Olympus and the Legend of Hercules, especially with how Mal's character found out by Descendants 3 that Hades was her dad. Nothing was ever done with that by the conclusion of Descendants 3. They had just reached a point where they had believed they had told the story and completed it. What about all the other distant worlds that they apparently vanished off to spread the message of Ordon? What was the significance of that? That was a movie in its own right. So, having said that, I really do believe there's so much more of an opportunity to create a new story for Descendants of Zombies, even if you have to introduce it in a whole new franchise, like you have the opportunity to do now with Kylie Cantrell, Malia Baker, Ruby Rose Turner doing such a fabulous job, miraculously bringing this one to life when nobody ever thought they would do it. My issue with Descendants: The Rise of Red has always and forever been that never enough credit was given to the stars that they should have been given, because they really took something that Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson believed was going to be something special, and turned something special into something miraculous that people just can't stop talking about or falling in love with. And that's what I really love about this franchise, is how people just can't stop falling in love with it and can't stop saying enough good things about it. And I really do believe that for how many people subscribe to this YouTube channel, this has become the most powerful niche in Disney's history. No matter if you're talking about Descendants or Zombies, everybody can't seem to get enough of Descendants of Zombies. They can't stop getting their hands on the merch, from the dolls to the sweaters to the t-shirts to the hoodies, which look absolutely fabulous. Another issue everybody had with the Worlds Collide Tour was the quality of the merch and the production value. I saw nothing wrong with the merch. I thought the hoodies, I thought the sweaters, I thought the t-shirts, the dolls, the posters, everything was at top-notch quality, and I saw nothing wrong with it. I thought the merchandise was absolutely fabulous, and I thought the production value of the tour was absolutely outstanding because of the pyro, because of the smoke, because of the special effects, how it was such an immersive experience for everybody, and it shows. Shout out to every idiot out there that reviewed the Worlds Collide Tour who was a critic for their big-time YouTube channel. If you notice anything about the Worlds Collide Tour, you should have noticed the emotion and paid particular attention to the reactions of the fans. Every single second they were on the edge of their seat. They were jumping up. They were singing the words of their favorite songs. They know word for word. They were dancing with their friends. They were shooting their hands up in the air, using their cell phones' flashlights to capture moments, snapping selfies of themselves in the crowd. It was one of the best concert experiences Disney had done in the last 25 years, and take it from a guy who's seen virtually every concert experience Disney has collaborated over the last at least 30 years, 25 to 30 years, from The Lion King to Beauty and the Beast to Aladdin to now Descendants of Zombies, all the way back to Hannah Montana and the Jonas Brothers Best of Both Worlds from 2008. When you compare those two concerts, Descendants of Zombies is literally light years ahead. And that doesn't mean any disrespect coming from me from Buzz Lightyear for Toy Story, which I'm a huge fan of. But I really do believe that Descendants of Zombies has really captivated a new generation and really inspired millions of people. So do I think you deserve to criticize Descendants of Zombies? Do these stars deserve to be waking up to criticism every day on YouTube, seen in so many videos because of their apparent reactions? I don't think so. I think if people are going to upload videos about Descendants of Zombies, you should be uploading videos about Descendants of Zombies that give people hope that we will see a new chapter for either franchise, that we will see a promising future for these new characters. Take, for instance, Victor and Nova. Their story is far from over, far from having been completed, and there is still so much more of a story to be told, simply because we don't know anything about them. So because we don't know anything about them, it makes for an exciting time to become a fan of Descendants of Zombies. If you've never been a part of the franchise, you've never experienced experienced it, now is your opportunity to experience it in a whole new way, in a whole new light, and that's why this YouTube channel is here. Because if you notice, the analytics don't lie. Over 10,000 people watch this YouTube channel every month, because they too are fans of Descendants of Zombies. So because they are fans of Descendants of Zombies, I'm going to honor their legacy, and I'm going to talk prominently about their favorite Descendants of Zombies stars the way they've deserved to be talked about for at least the last decade. A decade is a long time. A lot's happened in 10 years. We've seen the passing of Cameron Boyce. I was there for that. I know how emotionally affected each and every person was who was a fan of Descendants of Zombies. My heart goes out to everybody. I was there for Dove Cameron's emotional breakdowns. I was there for her relationship crisis. I was there for the friendships of Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, Kylie Cantrell, Malia Baker, and Ruby Rose Turner, who I can never say enough good things about. But people will take the smallest thing, the smallest issues, and try to create the most deceitful rumors about people like Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker's friendship. Who cares if they're friends? If they love each other enough, let them be friends. Because I, for one, believe that girls who are friends with each other, they tell each other everything because they trust each other more than a guy trusts a girl, or a girl trusts a guy. And that's why some of the most beautiful friendships have happened, because of Descendants and Zombies. So I don't criticize them for being friends and being as close as what they are. If they tell each other everything, if they're there for emotional support, more power to them. We've been through a lot as Descendants of Zombies fans, and I think we don't deserve to be criticized for being fans of Descendants of Zombies, because from where I choose to look at it, there is no more supportive niche in the world that I would love to provide commentary for than the fans of Descendants of Zombies. If you're looking for somebody to be supportive of Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour and expansion to be seen, then look no further than this guy. Because if I tell you I've watched Descendants of Zombies 100 times, you had best believe that I've seen Descendants of Zombies 100 times, and I have no regrets. I haven't looked back since. That's why I put $5,000 behind this YouTube channel and bought a professional camera, a professional microphone, to create something special for each and every one of you, who I think have been really crying out for a Descendants of Zombies podcast at least for a decade, and it's beyond me why nobody's created one for you. Disney should listen more to the fans and be more appreciative and more respectful towards fans, because they know what's up, and they also know everything there is to know about Descendants of Zombies. So for a critic to jump on his YouTube channel and upload a video about Descendants of Zombies, they best know what they're talking about, because to not know what a daywalker is and a vampire is, that's pretty stupid. I mean, who doesn't know what a daywalker is? It's a vampire that can exist in the daytime. A vampire is your traditional vampire that sucks your blood, can kill you. That's the most obvious explanation that I can give you. I mean, I've been watching vampire TV shows for forever. Any fool knows that. I mean, I've been watching The Vampire Diaries, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Goosebumps for forever. I'm just like each and every one of you. Although many of you are too young to remember the original Are You Afraid of the Dark, produced by DJ McHale, and Goosebumps, produced by R.L. Stine and his wife Jane, who wrote over $500 million worth of books. I was very fortunate in my lifetime. I grew up as a millennial, so I experienced a lot of the hit vampire TV shows like Heat of the Night years ago, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and eventually spanning off that we had Vampire Diaries, True Blood, Supernatural. So I think I had a greater appreciation for how Freya Sky felt about these TV shows, because if there were 170 episodes of, say, The Vampire Diaries, I watched virtually every single one of them. Did I cry when Stefan fell in love with Caroline, they got married and had kids? Sure I did. Was I upset with the fact that Stefan and Elena broke up and Elena chose Damon over Stefan? Sure I was. I was ready to just punch my TV out. I say this because I was a part of every legendary moment that had anything to do with TV, and man was I ever a sucker for Twilight. Don't even get me started on that, because I know how much of a rage that was and how much of a trend it was. I've often compared Twilight and the Vampire Diaries to the Zombies franchise and wondered sometimes if Zombies would have been able to compete with Vampire Diaries and Twilight years ago, if it would have happened during the Vampire Werewolf saga kind of thing. It was really cool being a part of everything I was a part of. But I think this really has become the greatest honor of my life, because I saw a lot of you in Freya Sky's personality, and I also saw a lot of myself, because of her passion for board games, for her passion for life, playing the recorder. I think the last time I played the recorder was in grade 5, and that was a nightmare. And I must say, she plays the recorder a hell of a lot better than what I ever did. That's why I think that your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars deserve a lot more credit than what they're ever given. Because when it came to the PR for the Worlds Collide Tour, man, did they ever show up to promote it. And they showed up every single time to promote it for the PR with a smile on their face. Regardless of the questions they were asked, they never shied away from a single question. And they did the best to promote it. And they did the best, more than their best, to come off as inspirations to each and every one of you. So that's why I'm here to take away the criticism. That's why I'm here to alleviate the pressure. Because no girl deserves to cry at 15 years old because she feels she's not good enough. Meg Donnelly does not deserve to be depressed, crying herself to sleep every night because she, too, doesn't feel good enough because she's shut down for the role of Supergirl. With how disrespectful Supergirl was in the last 5 minutes of this new Superman movie, it was really a joke. So if Meg Donnelly wants to be happy about something, she should be happy about how far Zombies got to because of her and Milo Manheim putting so much effort into the character Zed and Addison, not because she was shut down for the role of Supergirl. Let Millie Alcott take on that responsibility for how disrespectful Supergirl was. I went to see the new Superman movie with my buddy about 3 weeks ago, and we almost threw up our guts with how disrespectful the young Supergirl was. She took off with Krypto, and we never saw them after. I would expect there's going to be a sequel for this movie, but again, Meg Donnelly should not be crying herself to sleep because she got turned down for the role of Supergirl. I know she's a big superhero fan. So was I. I always wanted to kick Batman's ass, but I never had the opportunity to. Come to think of it, I also would love to drive the Batmobile. Shout out to Batman, Warner Brothers. Let's make something happen. I've been watching Batman movies ever since 1989. I was 3 years old. So if there's anyone who has a greater appreciation for being a superhero fan, it's this guy. I mean, you haven't lived until you attend the sold-out Spider-Man movie from 2002 because you couldn't get a ticket because Spider-Man was at the heights of his popularity. So again, if there's a guy who knows anything about superhero movies and being a fan of superheroes, it's this guy. So, I can really feel for Meg Donnelly, but the thing is, I really do believe that you guys have deserved a lot better in the way of reviews for Descendants of Zombies, and I've just wanted to be that guy to give it to you. And I like to believe that these videos do touch somebody's heart out there who watch them. And I like to believe that more people are going to subscribe to my YouTube channel because they know this guy knows what's up. I mean, if I didn't know what's up and I didn't appreciate Descendants of Zombies, I would have never created a YouTube channel inspired by Descendants of Zombies and everything Disney and Nickelodeon. Because I grew up as a millennial, so I was very fortunate to be introduced to characters when they were so revered from Disney. I remember Disney seeing some of its most finest moments. The premiere of Nightmare Before Christmas was one of the greatest moments in Disney's history. That happened back in 1993. I was a part of it. I was there when they released the black VHS tape for Nightmare Before Christmas in the black case. It was produced by Tim Burton. I remember picking up my very first copy of that one. I remember my very first Disney movie VHS being Beauty and the Beast back in 1991. I remember being there for the red carpet premiere of Aladdin in 1992 on Thanksgiving weekend. I also remember being there for the red carpet premiere of The Lion King when the movie theater was sold out, that years later would hauntingly burn to the ground. If there ever was a moment that Disney provided us with, I was a part of it. So you would expect that I would be a part of Descendants of Zombies, which is why I should say thank you to each and every one of you for letting me know about the profound success of Descendants of Zombies and giving me the honor to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies to help you make sense of everything Descendants of Zombies related. Because if there's a guy who knows what's up and how to appreciate Descendants of Zombies, it's this guy, because you had best believe that this is the greatest honor of my life. Do I think that Kylie Cantrell could be the next Miley Cyrus? Sure I do. Do I think Freya Sky could be the next Taylor Swift? Sure I do, because the conversation seems to always revolve around Sabrina Carpenter, Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift. Ariana Grande is going to be fabulous and wicked. I already know she's going to be fabulous and wicked, and I'm not going to deny that I'll be attending the Wicked premiere on November 21st. I've got my advance ticket already pre-booked, so I'm going to be there for that. But the thing is, I really do believe the conversation exists around the same 5 celebrities all the time, and if you think back to the 1990s, the lateral part of the 1990s, the same thing was happening for the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Eminem. Everybody wanted to meet Eminem, and if you didn't listen to Eminem music, you pretty much were a loser. I remember being a part of that generation. A lot of times people wanted to really kick my ass because I wasn't a fan of Eminem. I think I started listening to Eminem years later, but I didn't really make a consistent habit of doing it. The thing is, I'm here to tell you guys that there's nothing wrong with being a fan of Descendants of Zombies, because yours truly really does think Descendants of Zombies is cool. And we're going to honor Descendants of Zombies, because this is how it's going to work. You're going to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to keep uploading Descendants of Zombies videos for the rest of my life until the day I die. And we're going to show Descendants of Zombies the prestige and the respect it's deserved for the last 10 years, rather than upload a reaction video that makes no sense where I'm all, oh my god, did this really happen? What's a daywalker? What's a nightwalker? Oh my goodness! You know, we're not going to do that kind of thing. We're going to provide you with commentary on this YouTube channel that actually makes sense, that makes you proud to be a fan of Descendants of Zombies, and puts smiles on the faces of Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, Kylie Cantrell, Ruby Rose Turner. Have that made my point? It's pretty crystal clear. Because I really do believe that if you're uploading a video about Descendants of Zombies, it's not really all about, oh my god, oh no! You know, it's about talking about the franchise for how it's worth and its true value, because these stars have felt so appreciative of these first ever breakout roles, like Freya Skye. For those of you who don't know, this is Freya Skye's very first movie. So do I think she deserves criticism? No, I don't. If anything, I want to put Freya Skye over to ensure her legacy, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm also here to ensure the legacy of Kylie Cantrell, Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, because I know the backlash that Dove Cameron received for her roles of Liv and Maddie, Rooney on Liv and Maddie, the TV series years ago. I also know the backlash she received for her role as Mal. There was a lot of controversy said about the things Dove Cameron believed in when she was Mal. I just wanted to take that away from everybody, because I really do believe there's a greater appreciation for Descendants of Zombies to be shown. That's why I record videos just before midnight every night before I head on my graveyard shift and get killed potentially by a bunch of vampires. Because I really do love each and every one of you for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel. And I wanted to fulfill my commitment of uploading a Descendants of Zombies video every night for the rest of my life. Because that's what we're going to have to do. Because reportedly Zombies 5 is not going to be happening up until at least 2028. And for many of you, that's like forever away. So because it's forever away, the best I can do for you is upload Descendants of Zombies videos, even if that means for the rest of my life. Because what else am I going to do? Drive a noodle truck for a noodle shop called Chinatown 5 minutes out the road from me? Which I don't really want to have to apply to. So if you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel like 50,000 times and put up 50,000 likes on a video, then I won't have to work on a noodle truck. I can become a full-time YouTube creator and stay home for the rest of my life and upload videos about Descendants of Zombies. That's my plan. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I bought this game chair, because my other one exploded and I needed a new one, so I went to Costco and bought it, and then I bought a professional microphone and a professional video camera to shoot these videos for you, and I would just like for you to subscribe. That's all I'm asking, because your love and support is something I can't do without. I mean, how else am I going to create Descendants of Zombies videos with nobody subscribed? Oh man, you guys are the best fans in the world, and you've deserved a lot better than the way of reviews and what you've been seeing about Descendants of Zombies, and I just wanted to be that guy to give it to you. Because I too am a fan of Descendants of Zombies. I too was a fan of High School Musical and Hannah Montana years ago, and I still am the biggest Disney fan in the world. And there's no greater honor than being in your guys' presence to provide you with commentaries and analogies on Descendants of Zombies the way it was meant to be, rather than just uploading a reaction video about the Dream Come True music video and be all, oh my god, kind of thing. I don't want to do that for you. I want to show you the respect that Descendants of Zombies has always deserved. And if you guys like this video, you're more than welcome to hit the like button and subscribe. 50,000 likes will be really cool. Guys, seriously, thank you so much from my heart to yours for making this YouTube channel a profound success. Thank you to everybody who subscribed throughout this evening. By the time you're watching this video, it will be midnight. I could be out on my graveyard shift potentially being killed and trying to escape death by a bunch of vampires. And if I survive tonight, after I come in through my window at 5 a.m., I will upload a new video about Descendants of Zombies for you on this YouTube channel. So you best tune in. Same Descendants time, same Descendants channel. Greatest honor of my life. Thank you guys so much, man. Worlds Collide Tour, Descendants of Zombies, there will be a like too. Hold on to the belief that this tour will see its best days, because they are yet to be upon us, and I'm so excited to be a part of Descendants of Zombies Worlds Collide Leg 2, heading over to the UK, parts of Germany, Australia, selling out arenas worldwide. It's An incredible time to be a fan of Descendants of Zombies. Check it out, guys. Stay calm and zombie on into the foreseeable future, because really that's the only way to be in this lifetime, because you can never be too sure of who's a zombie out there. I got a bolt. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and show your love and support for Descendants of Zombies.